CVTV live from the Channel Partners Expo in Las Vegas. Managing editor, Channel Vision Magazine, Brady Hicks here, and a very special guest joining us from Airespring. We've talked to him many times in the past. Daniel Lonstein. Daniel is the president and the chief revenue officer for Airespring. How you doing today, sir?
Doing great, thank you. It's a great show. We've been really busy, so we're really excited.
A lot of energy on the floor here today.
A lot of energy, had a ton of meetings, so it's exciting. The industry's doing great, and I'm excited to see that.
Fantastic. If you could, tell us a little bit about Airespring.
Oh, absolutely. So Airespring's been around 22 years now. It's a family-owned and run business, so myself and my brothers are both the management and the ownership. Kind of makes us unique now, considering all the consolidation that's gone on. So there's been a lot of private equity and other type of investment, acquisition, M&A that's happened in the industry, so we are still independent. And we like that. We think that means that we get to make decisions that are in the best interests of our partners, our customers, and ourselves for our long-term future. We don't have to worry about, earnings calls. We don't have to worry about delivering margins or EBITDA to our private equity investors or owners. And we think that makes us unique and puts us in a great position at this time in the business.
Well, not only are you guys independent, but you're constantly growing. I mean, talk a little bit about the global expansion that's underway.
Absolutely. So over the past about 2 years, we've really made a focus on growing our global footprint. So now, in addition to having direct contracts with, AT&T, Verizon, all the cable companies, and many dozens of other smaller carriers in the U.S., we also have almost 100 global carriers that we have direct contracts with, and that's led to a lot of growth for us. So as an example, you may have a customer in the U.S. who's got a few hundred sites here, but maybe they've got another 25, 50 globally. Our ability now to provide internet access to those sites outside the U.S. In practically every continent outside of Antarctica gives us ability to provide a complete solution for those customers under one bill, one contract, etc. So we've really won some really nice deals with that global connectivity.
But nothing with Antarctica yet.
No, that's not on the list quite yet. Not quite yet.
Well, when you're talking about the carriers, the AT&T POTS replacement product definitely comes to mind. I know that's been huge for you guys. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, so we recently started reselling POTS replacement, our first POTS replacement product, and we kind of looked at the industry, and there's a couple of ways to go about it. We could have easily bought the devices ourselves. We are obviously, or maybe not so obviously, but many people who know us know we have a huge SIP network. We process billions of calls a month on our network. So it's something that we could have put together ourselves, and we decided not to do that. We decided to resell AT&T's POTS replacement product 100%, which means that it doesn't touch our network at all, but it is AT&T's product. So it's their logo on the box. It's an AT&T badged technician who is generally doing the install. So outside of their own 22 states, where it's the same technician who would do any other fiber or broadband install, they have a huge number of technicians who support their cell tower infrastructure. So there's practically, in most places, going to be an AT&T badge technician who's going to go out and do this install. We feel that for the customers who have alarm lines, elevator lines, which is really where we need POTS replacement versus just an analog line that we could provide, having that AT&T brand has a tremendous value. Our pricing is super competitive, and it means that AT&T as a company stands behind the product that they're delivering. For as you go up the scale to Fortune 100, many companies who still have a lot of POTS lines out there, that adds a lot of value. And we think if a company is looking at two solutions, one being a off-brand, let's say, versus AT&T branded solution, they're going to want to go with AT&T, and we have a lot of faith in their ability to deliver this product and for us to stand behind it. Because realize, when you're dealing with things like alarm lines, elevator lines, these can be, God forbid, life and death type situations, and having the AT&T brand and that company standing behind that, we think is very valuable.
No, that's really smart. Where do you think the channel should kind of focus as we look ahead?
So it's interesting. I was just discussing this with someone recently. I think the key in the channel is moving perhaps from a focus on a culture of customer acquisition to a culture of customer success. Most of what we've been doing within Airespring, and of course we're releasing new products, but most of our investment has been into building our service, support, delivery, service assurance, all of those organizations so that we can generate the best possible customer experience. And I think as an industry, if we focus on customer success as our number one priority versus just customer acquisition, we will all continue to grow and prosper. I think not speaking about anyone in specific, there can be over-focus on customer acquisition at the expense of customer success, and while that may provide short-term gains, the long-term health of the industry, and that's why we're making 99% of our investment into that customer success application.
Well, as you mentioned, long-term health, what sort of things can we expect from Airespring moving forward?
You know, I think from a product set and product suite, we have our global footprint, we have our global SD-WAN. We've recently released also a much expanded wireless WAN footprint. There's some other things we're doing, but really, I don't think we're moving to expand our product set globally, or let me just say, we're not looking to expand much beyond what we already have, except for maybe more security and SASE, but those are incremental changes. I think the key is we're doubling down on how do we make sure our customers and partners get the best experience possible. That's the majority of our focus, and that comes with the right people. We've brought on some really great talent in the past year and a half. We brought on, many people know Russ Shipley as our CEO, who was at Telepacific, TPX, Empower for many years. We've also recently brought on Steve Pasmanic, who ran service delivery for a lot of the AT&T Alliance, ACC, and Apex channels. So he's come on board. So again, this is just the tip of what we're doing to reinvest and invest more in our customer success and customer delivery.
That's fantastic. Now, if people want more information, where can they go online?
Well, I think at this point, we do have our website, but LinkedIn provides the most real-time information on promotions, events that we're involved in. So I'd say LinkedIn is probably the number one place to go.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Daniel, for the time here today.
Thanks for having me again. Good to see you. Of course.
It's always great to see you, and it's always great to be right here at Channel Partners Expo in Las Vegas. This has been CVTV. Take care.